So there's two steps to starting a fire. First step, source of flame. Step 2, some good dry wood. Is that dry? It's got to be easier than this. Hi guys, and welcome to Tenderfoot Bushcraft. My name's Andy, and today we're going to be making fire. But to make the fire, I'm going to be using a flint and steel from this fire kit here. So this is from a company called Beaver Bushcraft. So this was actually bought from me by my dad for my birthday, and it is a 1700s tinder kit. So they produce all sorts of different kits for making fire, and this one comes with all sorts of goodies. And as the name suggests, this one is using materials that they would have used in the 1700s to create fire. And these would have been used by hunters, trappers, that sort of thing, to take out with them into the field and guarantee them that they should be able to get a fire going. I've used parts of this kit before, but I've never actually used the flint and the steel. So I thought I'd do it in front of you guys for the first time. So I'll quickly explain what's in here and how I'm going to start the fire, and then we'll give it a go. So first of all, we have our flint and steel. So the steel is actually hand forged, and the flint has been gathered from natural sources. It's been cut to size and then knapped, so it's nice and sharp to create a spark. We also have some char cloth here. This is actually stuff that I made, but it did come with quite a lot. We have some jute twine, which is in rope form just here. So this can be pulled apart to create a nice tinder nest. There's also these sulphur matches here. So this is just a very dry piece of thin wood that's been dipped into sulphur. These will light with a tiny, tiny spark. They're really good, but they're quite pungent when you light them. And finally with me in the kit, I have this piece here of amadou, which is actually from a fungus. It's a layer in a particular fungus called the horsehoof fungus. And it's been processed and dried out, and again, it will take a spark very, very easily. So I'm primarily going to be using the char cloth and the jute twine to try and get the flame going, and then hopefully we'll get ourselves a nice little fire. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is get all my materials ready for the fire. So like I said, I'm going to be using this jute twine as a tinder bundle. So all you need to do is just sort of unfurl it like that. And now I've got 3 pieces, and then one at a time, I'll just gently pull them apart, like so. And all I'm really trying to do is create as much surface area as possible, so it increases the likelihood of my ember actually setting fire. So I'm going to do that with all 3 pieces. Hopefully have a nice little nest. And there we go. So now I have this nice nest here of jute. So it's nice and fluffed up, as you can see. So the idea is, once I have a piece of char cloth which has an ember in it, I can sort of fold this over it, give it a nice hard blow, or a nice gentle blow really initially, and this should ignite. Okay, so here I have my piece of flint, and the idea is you use your steel and you give it a strike. And as you can see, when you hit it just right, you do get some nice little sparks come up. So the idea is I'll lay a piece of char cloth just over the top here, strike away, and fingers crossed I get an ember. But let's have a look. Okay, take one. Didn't go very well, I dropped the char cloth. I think that's caught it. That has caught it. Hopefully you can see that. That's burning quite nicely. So, I'm going to pop it in here. and give it a blow. Flames. That was a not particularly great bundle of kindling there. Yeah, that went quite badly, didn't it? But I got fire. That's what matters. So as you saw, I got flame from my little bundle of jute, but I hadn't prepared my fire base correctly, so none of my kindling actually took. So this time I've prepared it a bit better. I'm going to use a piece of char cloth, but this time I'm going to try one of those matches and see if the sulphur lights.
One eternity later.
Alright, so once again, char cloth is lit. Let's see how this works. There we go, there's our match lit. So I'll pop it under here. Fingers crossed. Oh no! Okay, first two attempts, not entirely successful. I think this might be my last match, so fingers crossed this one works. Okay, here we go. Nice bit lit. This match didn't light as easily as I thought last time. Let's try again. That really is a pungent sulphur smell. Really pungent. I think it's taken. I think you'll find that that is fire. Man, make fire!
Yes! Look what I have created! I have made fire!
That was much more difficult than I expected it to be. But I think I made it hard for myself. I think two things I did wrong. One was not enough prep into the fire before I started. Because I should have had it on that first attempt really. I had that nice bundle of jute and it all went. If I'd had everything ready and prepped properly, it should have gone perfectly. And the second thing was not bring in enough material. I only bought enough jute for one attempt, and I didn't bring that much char cloth either. So, what I've learnt, bring extras and take your time building your fire before. But nonetheless, we got there. I think this is definitely an art that will take a little bit of time to perfect. I'm happy with that for the first attempt, but I definitely need to keep on trying, I think. So, step 1, build a fire. Time for step 2, I reckon. Perfect. Well, that was a quick video. I thought I'd just bring you along for my first attempt at using a flint and steel. I'm going to stick a little link to Beaver Bushcraft just down in the description. They're a really good British company. Everything's handmade. They make all sorts, from handmade leather items to obviously all sorts of tinder kits. They do blades, they do all sorts, so definitely check them out. Really, really good company. I love them. And until next time, take it easy. Cheers. So, you want a beer?